This young man that you see above me here is Joshua Loitu Mollel. Joshua was 21 years old. He was not a soldier. He was not a politician. He was not an enemy of anyone. He was an agronomy student from Tanzania who had come to Israel to learn how to grow food, to learn how to study crop development. He had come to Kibbutz Nahal Oz just 19 days before the attack on October 7th. He came to Israel to gain hands-on experience in farming, to learn how to cultivate land, and to bring that knowledge back home to feed his communities in Tanzania. But on the morning of October 7th, while working at the kibbutz dairy farm, Joshua was murdered, and his body was then taken back into Gaza. For more than 2 months, his family did not know if he was alive. Every day they prayed and begged for an answer until the truth finally came out that Joshua had been kidnapped and murdered again on the morning of October 7th. Joshua was actually one of 2 Tanzanian citizens who were murdered on October 7th. The other citizen was Clemens Felix Matanga. According to the reporting that we have, Joshua's family remembers him as a polite, kind, incredibly hardworking, and always smiling young man. He's survived by his parents and 4 siblings in Tanzania, a family who is still waiting for the world to bring their son home. His father, Loitu, has actually pleaded with the international community not for politics or revenge, but simply for the return of his son's body. That's all he wants, for his son, his boy, to come home. Joshua came to Israel for an experience. He came to Israel with hope to progress as a human being, and he died because of hate. This young man wasn't part of a war. This young man was not armed. This young man was there to learn agriculture, to grow life, literally, out of the soil. But instead of being able to live out his life and live up to the expectations that not only he, but his family had set out for him, instead of being able to go to Israel and learn and gather knowledge and take that knowledge back to his home community and help his own people, he was kidnapped by Hamas terrorists who then dragged him across a border and took his life. That is what terrorism looks like. It doesn't care where you're from. It doesn't care what you believe. It destroys whatever it can. It takes a student from Tanzania studying crops in Israel and then turns him into another statistic. And then they expect the world to look away. But I'm not going to do that. And I hope that you also will not do that. Because I didn't know this young man, but his life mattered. His dreams mattered. The expectations that he had to go somewhere else to study and gain knowledge and bring that back home and apply it to his own people, his own community, mattered. But he no longer gets to do any of that. His mother, his father, and all 4 of his siblings, they no longer expect him. They no longer await him to come back home. Only his remains, the remains of his lifeless body. His story exposes exactly what Hamas is, a movement that destroys everything good, even a young man who only wanted to build a better future. Remember Joshua Loitu Mollel. Remember his goals. Remember his ambition. Remember his innocence. Remember what he came to do, and remember what they did to him. Rest in peace, my friend.